Okay, hello everyone. Very good evening. I think now our audio system is working, right? Yeah, now all good. Okay, thank you. And sorry for the inconvenience, guys. There was a bit problem with that mic, I think. Okay, yeah. Okay, so guys, quickly tell me any questions from the previous class. Yeah, there was a lot of issues there. No worries, we switched the mic system. We switched the studio actually. Okay, I'm absolutely good. How are you all? And guys, quickly tell me any questions, any queries, any doubts from the previous topics. Anything? Yes or no? All set? Hopefully. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we are about to start Article 32 there. Okay. So, till yesterday, we discussed Article 31, right? So, here we are going to start Article 32. Okay, so the next topic for discussion, Article 32. What is this? It is also known as the constitutional remedies and the writ, WRIT, writ jurisdiction. Writ jurisdiction of what? Writ jurisdiction of Supreme Court. Okay, so we can call it. Don't we need to study cases related to fundamental rights? Atul, just need to have some references, okay, that I will give. Okay, once we complete the chapter of DPSPs, then only. Okay, I'll give you some references, okay, cases as well as doctrines, right? So, Article 32, the constitutional remedies or the writ jurisdiction of Supreme Court. Okay, in any general case, firstly, you need to approach these subordinate courts. Your fundamental rights, any of your cases there, any of your issues there. So you need to approach the subordinate courts first. Okay. After the subordinate court's judgment, you're not satisfied with the judgment, then you can approach the high courts, right? The high court of your state. After the judgment from the high court, you can approach the Supreme Court, that is the final court. Okay, but if it is the case of violation of your fundamental rights, you can bypass the lower two courts, that is the high court as well as the subordinate courts. You can directly approach Supreme Court using Article 32. Okay, so guys, remember what authority you have. You can directly move to Supreme Court in case any of your fundamental right has been violated. Okay, directly going to the Supreme Court is also a provision granted to you as a citizen in case of violation of your fundamental rights. You can skip the hierarchy. Okay, so writ jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. Under this, Supreme Court can issue 5 types of writs, or simply 5 writs. What are these 5 writs? So it is habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, certiorari, and quo warranto. These are all Latin terms, okay? So habeas corpus. Habeas corpus means to have the body of, which is also applicable under Article 22. That means whosoever has been called, the very same person needs to come in front of the court, okay, to have the body of. Second is mandamus. This means we command. Okay, this means what? We command. Next is prohibition. That is simple. Prohibition as in to stop. Certiorari as in we certify. And quo warranto, by what authority? By what authority? So using Article 32, Supreme Court can issue 5 different types of writs. Okay, what are these types of writs? First one, habeas corpus. Habeas corpus, these are all Latin terms, guys. Please remember that basically means to have the body of. Let's say you have been summoned, you have been called, then only you can go. It's not like you can send someone else on your behalf. No, you have been called, then only you will have to go. Next is mandamus. Okay, mandamus as in we command. It is issued by the Supreme Court against any public office holder, any public servant. Okay, this is issued by whom to whom? This is issued by Supreme Court to any public office bearer. Okay, that is we command. In case that public office bearer is not doing his or her duty, okay, just has assumed the office, okay, just has taken the charge, but is not doing his or her duties, then in that case, mandamus can be imposed on that office holder, okay, by the Supreme Court. Okay, that is we command, do your duty. Okay, next is prohibition. Prohibition as in when any lower court exceeds its boundaries, okay, going beyond its powers, then the Supreme Court can issue this one particular article, this one particular writ against that one particular lower court. May it be the High Court, may it be the subordinate courts, whatsoever. Okay, that is you are exceeding your boundary limits, you need to stop, as in prohibition. Then comes certiorari. See, it is written certiorari. Okay, it is pronounced both ways. Some people, they pronounce it as certiorari, but actually in the Latin phrase, it is pronounced as certiorari. Okay, so even if you are pronouncing it certiorari, it is not wrong. Okay, certiorari or certiorari, whatever, we certify here, it is just opposite of prohibition. In prohibition, Supreme Court is stopping its lower courts, like high courts and the other subordinate courts, that you are exceeding your boundaries. Okay, in certiorari or certiorari, Supreme Court gives the orders that you need to do this, you need to do that. Okay, that is certiorari. And finally, quo warranto. It is issued by, once again, Supreme Court against a public office bearer, a public office holder, that by what authority you think you are eligible to consume or assume this office. Okay, so this is what is known as the writ jurisdiction or also the constitutional remedies. Okay, so using Article 32, you can approach directly the Supreme Court of India in case any of your fundamental rights have been violated. Okay, first thing. Second thing, using the very same Article 32, Supreme Court of India can issue 5 different types of writs. Okay, so once again, it's on your screens. Please do watch them. Habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, certiorari, and quo warranto. Is that understood, guys? Yeah, all clear with Article 32? Yeah, okay. So next we have Article 33. Power of Parliament to modify the fundamental rights of persons in armed forces. Okay, our rights, the rights of general citizens and the rights of the soldiers, they are different. Okay, the rights what we have and the rights what our soldiers have, they are two different things. Like, for example, we have the right to equality, maybe. Okay, but the soldiers, they don't. We have the right to freedom of speech and expression. Soldiers, they don't. Okay, we have Article 21. Many of the times, soldiers' right to life and personal liberty is also taken away. Okay, so the rights between the common man and the rights of the soldiers, okay, they do differ a lot. Okay, a lot means literally a lot. Okay, and who has the power to modify this? Only and only the Union Parliament. Okay, only and only what? The Union Parliament can do so, and no other authority. Neither the president, neither the governors of the states, neither the legislative assembly of the states, no one. Only it is the right exclusively given to Union Parliament. Okay, the rights of persons in armed forces. Okay, next, Article 34. Imposition of martial law. Martial law, simply we can call it as military rule. When any part of a country, okay, is threatened with some disturbances that goes beyond the control of the local police and administration, then in order to save the area, military can be called in. And military will take over the local courts, the local administration, the local police, everything. It will be the rule of military in that area in case something happens which is beyond the control of the general police and administration. So that time it is known as military rule, or basically the martial law. And when the martial law is imposed, all of the fundamental rights, okay, they get what? Suspended. Okay, this is Article 34. Suspension of what? Fundamental rights during the imposition of martial law. That's it. Okay, this is Article 33 and 34. Okay, then next we have Article 35 and the final one into the fundamental rights list. Exclusive rights or exclusive powers of Parliament to legislate. It says that there are few provisions, like provisions related to Article 15, Article 16, okay, or the provisions related to even Article 28 or 29 could be only legislated by Union Parliament and no one else. Okay, that's it. This is what? Article 35, exclusive powers of Parliament to legislate on matters like Article 15, Article 16, okay, even this Article 33 that we discussed, even Article 32, okay, here state assemblies cannot make any laws. And that is why, once again, if you remember this, okay, we had Indian Federation looks like this. Center here and states here. Okay, everyone, is this clear? All set? This is done? Come on, guys, please. All clear? Everyone? Okay. Atul, we didn't missed. I said you need to skip it right now. Okay, I told yesterday only that wait till we cover some more chapters. Okay, so that it won't be confusing. Article 35, again, exclusive powers of Parliament to legislate. Okay, like there are few articles on which only Parliament can legislate. Okay, few provisions, not articles actually, few provisions. Like, for example, provisions mentioned under Article 15, 16, even 33, 32. Okay, so there are many provisions, okay, on which only Parliament can legislate. And this is mentioned under Article 35. Okay, so exclusive powers of Parliament to legislate. Okay, yeah. all all clear, everyone? So we can start the next chapter, right? The directive principles of state policy. Okay, next one. Okay, we are going to start the next chapter, that is directive principles of state policy, in short, DPSPs. Okay, what is this? Part 4. Okay, from articles 36 to 51. Okay, remember, guys, there are two types of provisions in our constitution. Okay, there are what? Two types of provisions in our constitution. One is justiciable. Another one is non-justiciable. Okay, justiciable, also known as enforceable. Okay, also known as what? Enforceable. Non-justiciable, also known as non-enforceable, obviously. Means what? Justiciable as in which is having the backing or the force of law, which is automatically applied. Okay, force of law that is automatically applied. Okay, next is non-enforceable as in which is voluntary. Voluntary means what? If you follow, it's good. If you don't follow, it's fine. Who cares? Okay. So voluntary provisions are those provisions which are non-enforceable and non-justiciable. Okay. And only the chapter of DPSP is non-enforceable in nature. Rest, all of the provisions of the Constitution, they are they are enforceable in nature. Okay. Only DPSPs are what? They are voluntary. What are they? They are instructions given to the state by the Constitution. Okay. What are DPSPs? Instructions given to the states by the Constitution. That while creating your policy, you should be keeping these things in mind. Okay. So that is why directive principles of state policy. What do we call it as? Directive principles of state policy. That's it. Okay. So articles 36 to 51. But before we discuss, there are few provisions that we need to understand. So here, which constitution is mentioned? From where we have taken DPSPs? From the Constitution of Ireland. Okay. Irish Constitution, that is Constitution of Ireland. Why DPSPs are non-justiciable in nature? Guys, please have a look at this. Please read it once carefully, and then we will discuss it. Okay. Please comment once you are done reading. Done, all of you? I just received 2 responses. Okay. So as you can see, the answer has been mentioned that why DPSPs are considered as non-enforceable. Okay. So the first reason is the insufficient financial resources. At the time of independence, obviously, our economy was crawling, right? Dilapidated, destroyed economy we had. Okay, we had to start from scratch. So insufficient financial resources. Second, diversity and the backwardness. Diversity is the gift, but this diversity also came along with something that is known as not audible. ऐसे मत बोलो यार. Guys, am I not audible? Now, okay, chalo. Okay. So, along with this diversity, followed the backwardness things as well. Okay. So, diversity and backwardness, and obviously the burdensome responsibility of the newly independent state. Okay, so the newly established independent Indian state had numerous possessing priorities. Okay, pressing priorities, and enforcing the principles could potentially overwhelm its capacities. Right? Okay. So these were the reasons because of which we kept DPSPs as non-enforceable. So prior 3 reasons, what are they? Insufficient financial resources, diversity and backwardness, as well as the burdensome responsibilities. We had no road network, no proper rail network, no proper connectivity, no proper transportation, no proper communication, no industries, no education system, no healthcare system, right? Think of the government and the people during the 1950s. What they had? Zero, right? That shunya, nil, zero, totally, right? No roads, no electricity, no transportation, no communication, healthcare, education, it's still down, right? Okay. Everything is scratched. Government is, people along with the government, they just witnessed the deadly riots on the eve of independence, which is followed by partition. Still, hostile state Pakistan is there. Integration of the country is yet to be done. We lost 2 great leaders just after the independence, Sardar Patel and Gandhi. Right, we lost both of them suddenly. Right. Okay. So obviously these things were troubling. All of these things were uh, telling us that it's a very long battle to be covered, a very long journey. Okay, a very long battle to be fought, very long journey to be covered. So obviously, at that time, DPSPs were not fit enough to be considered as what? As enforceable in nature. Hence, as a result, they are non-enforceable. And which article? Let's start with the articles. Which article says that DPSPs are non-enforceable? It is Article 37. Okay, right? Article 37, which says DPSPs are non-enforceable in nature, right? And what is Article 36? Article 36, you can just keep with one line. It is equals to Article 12. Okay? Article 36 exactly equals to Article 12. Okay. Right? What would have happened if the makers would have thought that DPSP should also be priority to be enforced? Well, obviously, nothing as such very deadly, nothing as such very, bloody. But yes, obviously, governments and the government agencies would have collided, right? Huge level of turmoil and turbulence would have created. if in the society, if these DPSPs would have been made enforceable. Because just because of fundamental rights, there happened too much of disturbance in our society. Okay, we'll discuss the cases, don't worry. Just because of the fundamental rights, we had too much of disturbances, right? So think about if fundamental rights and DPSPs, they both were enforceable. The double blow, the double attack to the government, right? Okay. Obviously, judiciary would have collided, government would have collapsed, right? Many negative things would have happened basically. Okay, so Article 36 is what? Is equals to Article 12. What is Article 12? Definition of state. Okay, so simply Article 36 is equals to, exactly equals to, no difference, no change. Literally zero. Okay, same. Article 36 is equals to Article 12. That is what? Yes, definition of state. And which article says that DPSPs are to be considered as non-enforceable in nature? Article 37. Okay. Now, before I start DPSPs, please tell me, what do you think? Do our politicians work? Do they work? Our politicians, do they act? Do they work? Do they perform their duties? Come on. Are they working properly? Asking you guys only. Our politicians, our leaders, do they work properly? Yes. Do they perform their duties? Not always. Not working properly? No. Okay. Some of them. Okay. Somewhat they do, but no. No. Okay. 95% knows, not working properly. Okay. Let's understand it with DPSPs. Are they working properly or not? No or not always. Article 38. Okay. State to secure a social order for the promotion of the welfare of the people. Okay. Not always, in few states, little. Okay, fine. Let's understand little. Okay. Article 38. State to secure a social order for the promotion of the welfare of the people. Okay. Do we promote the welfare of the people? Are we promoting the welfare of the people? Yes or no, guys? You have to be a bit active today into the comment section. Okay. Are we promoting the welfare of the people? Through the schemes, through the government policies? Yes, we are. Its implementation would be the concern. Okay, but yes, we are. So we are following the principles mentioned in Article 38. Okay, that is, a state shall strive to promote the welfare of the people by securing and protecting as effectively as it may a social order in which justice, social, economic, and political shall inform all the institutions of the national life. So we are doing this. Implementation and execution could be a problem, but we are. Next, Article 39. Certain principles of policy to be followed by the state. Like state in particular should follow that the citizen, men and women, equally have the right to an adequate means of livelihood. B, that the ownership and the control of the material resources of the community are so distributed as best to subserve the community good or the common good. Okay. Come on, guys. Tell me clause A and clause B. Please read it. Clause A and clause B. Do you think this is happening as well? In your opinion, do you think this is happening as well? Yes, it is. Okay. At least we have the policies. Okay. Clause C, that the operation of the economic system does not result in the concentration of wealth and means of production to the common detriment is going. Clause D, that there is equal pay for equal work for both men and women. Clause E, that the health and strength of workers, men and women, and the tender age of the children, they are not abused. And clause F, that children are given opportunities and facilities to develop in a healthy manner and condition. Right. So, yes, we have policies for all of them. Okay, yes, we have policies for all of them. Their implementation, their proper execution, their proper application, as well as implications could be the concern, but ultimately the state has made all of those policies. We have got Article 21 capital A that justifies clause E and F, right? Equal pay and equal work for both men and women is there. Is there any government organization or a particular private organization that says that we will pay more to men and less to women? Have you ever heard about this? Huh? Ever heard about this thing? Which says government, or any private agency paying more for the same task to women and less to men, or more to men and less to women? No, right? So technically we have followed all of them, right? Next, Article 39, capital A, equal justice and free legal aid to the poor. We have got an organization with us that is known as NALSA, National Legal Services Authority. Okay, created through the National Legal Services Authority Act of 1987, which comes into existence in 1995. So we got Article 39 capital A included or inserted in the Constitution through the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, that justice should be served to all. And yes, if there is a poor person who needs any legal aid or a legal support, that particular legal aid and support should be given to him or her free of cost. Is it happening? Is justice, equal justice there? Is equal justice there? No comments. इसको छोड़ देते हैं. Let's leave this point. Okay. There should be exceptions. Article 40, organization of village panchayats. Do we have village panchayats? Yes, we have. We have panchayats even into the scheduled and the tribal areas. We have panchayats in Kashmir, in Tamil Nadu. We have panchayats in Gujarat, Rajasthan, UP, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Kerala, Lakshadweep, Andaman, Nagaland, Arunachal, Manipur, Tripura, everywhere, right? So organization of what? Village panchayats. So Article 40 has been followed as well, right? Okay. Next, Article 41. Right to work, right to education, and public assistance in certain cases. Today only, means yesterday this news came, and today we covered this news in our current affairs as well. Shravan Kumar Award. Heard about this award? Shravan Kumar Award. Started in the state of Sikkim. Sikkim government has done an exceptionally wonderful task. Okay, giving what? The Shravan Kumar Award to those kids, to those children, those sons and daughters, those who are taking some exceptional care of their parents. 1 lakh rupees of the cash prize is also given, will be also given to all the winners, to all those who are winning the award, the Shravan Kumar Award, right? Okay. So it is coming from where? Article 41, from the assistance in certain cases, public assistance in certain cases. As you can see, in cases like disability, old age, sickness, unemployment, or any kind of particular unavoidable condition. Okay. So you have got the right to work. Remember Article 19, what we discussed? Freedom to have any business, trade, service, job, occupation. You have got the right to work. You have got the right to education, Article 21, capital A, right? And obviously public assistance in certain cases. Okay. So government provides you the assistance. Like Article 39, capital A is the example of assistance, right? Okay. So Article 41 is also done. Yes or no? Article 41 is also done. We have also followed these principles. Go on. Yes or no? Fast, guys, please. I said you have to be a bit active for next 15 minutes till we complete this DPS piece. Yes, sir? Okay. Next, 42. Provisions for just and humane conditions of work and maternity relief. Okay, what is this? Provisions for just and humane conditions of work and maternity relief. We provide 26 weeks of paid leave. Okay, how much? 26 weeks of paid leave. To whom? To whom? To obviously the pregnant women. Okay, those who are expecting the child. Okay, so paid leave as in no salary will be deducted. Is this paid leave only available to the government employees or the private employees also? What do you think? Is this paid leave concept only available to the government employees or to the private employees as well? What's your opinion? Both? Yes, correct. Both. Whether you are, okay, yes, the government employee or even a private sector employee, doesn't make any difference. 26 weeks of paid leave. You will get paid leave, as in not even a single penny would be deducted, okay, from the salary. Okay, yeah. So we have provided this maternity relief as well and just and humane conditions as well, right? So we have got the Manrega plans, right? Okay. So Article 42 is also followed. Next is Article 43. Living wages, etc. for workers. The state shall endeavor to secure by suitable legislation or economic organization in any other way to all workers, agricultural, industrial, or otherwise, okay, work in a living wage conditions of work, ensuring a decent standard of life and full enjoyment of leisure, as well as social and cultural opportunities. Okay, so what it says that the state shall endeavor to provide all the workers, industrial workers, agricultural workers, or any other industry workers, okay, with the proper living wages. Like, for example, we have got the Living Wages Act as well. That says the rural worker as well as the urban worker should be getting at least minimum of this and that much of amount. Like, I'm not so sure with the present update, okay, but I think an urban worker daily, I think is given some 400 to 500 rupees per day in case working as an urban laborer, and the rural laborer is almost given rupees 300 to 400 or 350 rupees per day, okay, if he or she is involved in any kind of labor activities, right? Okay, so this is what the Minimum Wages Act we have got. Okay, so Article 43 comes to the rescue. Next is Article 43, capital A. What it says: participation of workers in the management of the industries. So let me give you the very recent example. Here we are working in an industry. We are in an edtech platform. So whatever managerial decisions they are to be taken, okay, that impacts the lives of the workers, impacts the life of the employees. Okay, we have got multiple departments. We have got the management department, managerial department. We have got the accounts department. We have got the legal department. We have got the teaching staff. We have got the content staff. We have got the designer team. We have got the editors team. Okay, we have got the HR department. Okay, so at least I guess 20 plus departments we have. So 20 plus departments, thousands of workers, thousands of employees, right? So all of these people, they are always consulted. Yes, all of these. Okay, I guess more than 2,000-3,000 people would be working. But all of these thousands of people are always consulted, always, whenever there is any management level decision is to be taken. At least in those decisions, we are always consulted which, okay, impacts our work, okay, positively or negatively, whatsoever. Let's say there is a positive impact of this decision, then also we will be communicated. In case it is having any kind of a negative impact, okay, then also we will be communicated. Okay, so participation of workers in the management of the industries, it is also done, right? On a very high scale, it is done not only in the government sector, government as well as private. Okay, 43B, what it is? Promotion of cooperative societies. We have made too many cooperative societies, like housing cooperative societies, agricultural cooperative societies, financial cooperative societies. Okay, in private as well as government. Yes, in private as well as government. Okay, 43B, capital B. Remember, what is this? Promotion of cooperative societies. Okay, cooperative societies, as in, like, we create our personal cooperative societies, like housing societies, financial societies, right? Agricultural societies, farmer societies, labor societies. Yeah, NABARD is one of the best example of the cooperative society. Okay, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. Okay, so Article 43, capital B says promotion of what? Promotion of cooperative societies. Okay. Next, 44. Implementation of the Uniform Civil Code. Do we have Uniform Civil Code nationally? Yep. Do we have Uniform Civil Code nationally? How many states in India have Uniform Civil Code? How many states in India have Uniform Civil Code? 2. What are these? What are these 2 states? Uttarakhand and Goa. Okay. So this is a thing which is yet to be implemented nationally, but Uttarakhand and Goa, true. Okay. So this is a thing that is to be implemented yet nationally. Okay, we haven't implemented it yet. Okay, but yeah, we are working over it. Okay, we have taken the experiment in Goa and Uttarakhand, and Goa's Uniform Civil Code is fine. Uttarakhand has shown bit disturbance after the implementation of UCC, but maybe implementation was not at that level. Okay, issues could be there because of the level of implementation was not good, or maybe the protocols created in the UCC was bit different. Okay, elaborate. Yeah, in India we have got separate community specific laws. Okay, right? In India we have got separate community specific laws. Like for a Hindu, the property rights, property laws, marriage rights, marriage laws are different. For a Muslim, it is different. For a Sikh also, it would be different. For a Christian also, it would be different. For every community, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis, Zoroastrians, whatsoever communities, whatever we have in India, every one of them, they have their own different community specific laws. Yes. Okay. So, like, yeah, we have got, like, for example, the All India Muslim Personal Law Board. They are regulated by the this Sharia laws, right? Okay. Hindus, they are regulated by their, not general, okay, the community specific laws, as in related to the marriage, transfer and ownership of property, etc. So for everyone, we have got these different laws. Okay. So Uniform Civil Code eliminates or vanishes all these community specific laws and creates what? It creates, you guys are today really troubling me a lot. It's not audible. It's audible. My heart is beating more. Audible? Chalo. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So today audio system is troubling. Yeah. Okay. Got it? No microphone permission is given. Everyone clear with the Uniform Civil Code? So this Uniform Civil Code just vanishes this community specific laws. Okay. And implements one law for everyone. So the laws, they have been framed in Uttarakhand. They have created some nuisance within the society. Okay. But yeah, it's fair enough. Okay. Yeah. Next, Article 45. Just like Article 21, capital A, free and compulsory education to children. Okay. Article 45, free and compulsory education to children. Guys, please correct this in your notes as well. Okay, here also it is mistaken. What is the difference between Article 21 capital A and Article 45? Article 21 capital A says that all children aged between 6 to 14 years should be given free and compulsory education. Same thing is also quoted by Article 45 with one minute difference. What is this? It is up to the age of 6 years. This is Article 45. Article 21 capital A, what it says? It says 6 to 14 years. Okay. But this one, what it says? Up to 6 years. Okay. So we have enhanced this Article 45 in Article 21 capital A. Okay. If UCC will be passed, madrasas will be resolved. Well, yeah, depends on what are the provisions are kept inside UCC. Okay. Divorce is according to religion given? Yes. Not anymore. Triple talaq has been banned nationally. There is no talaq-e-biddat anymore. Okay, guys, clear with Article 45 and 44? Clear? Yeah. Next, Article 46. Guys, please, whenever you have this notes, right? Okay, please make sure that you are giving the correction here. Okay, that this article, it is written in your notes like this. It is written 14 years. Okay, it is not 14 years. Just make sure you cover it up. Okay, it is how many years? It is exactly 6. Okay. 6 years. Okay. Not 16, dear. 6. Ashirwad. 6 only, not 16. Next, Article 46. Promotion of educational and economic interest of scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and other backward classes. Okay. Wait, I have a comment. But doesn't that mean the responsibility of the government has now decreased when it comes to education? No, Ashirwad, as we follow more Article 21 capital A, because it is enforceable in nature. This Article 45 is part of DPSP, which is non-enforceable in nature. Right? Okay. So remember, what do we have? We have Article 21 capital A. That do we follow. We don't follow Article 45. It is just what the directions mentioned inside the Constitution. Okay. So that is why we upgraded it in Article 21. 21 capital A. Understood? Yeah. So next, Article 46. Promotion of educational and economic interests of whom? Of our scheduled caste people, our scheduled tribes people, and also our other weaker section people from the backward classes to the economically weaker sections. Right? Okay. So Article 46, what it says, promotion of educational and economic interests of scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and all other weaker sections. Are we doing it? Yes, are we doing it? Yes, we are. Okay, totally we are. Next, Article 47. Duty of the state to raise the level of nutrition and the standard of living and improve public health. It is the duty of whom? It is the duty of the state to raise the level of nutrition. Okay, like for example, what we are providing? We are providing the midday meal. Where? To the schools. We are trying our best to ban or literally just stop the sale, purchase, consumption of any such those products which are dangerous for health. Yes, we have got the PDS, the public distribution system, and we have got the TPDS as well, targeted public distribution system as well. Now you will say, sir, kaha? Still we are selling tobacco, selling alcohol openly through the government sources as well, right? Yes, that's true. Okay, but we are trying. Because see, we cannot all together all at once. We cannot ban tobacco and alcohol. Our economy will, just it will collapse like this. Okay. Like it happened few years back with Maggie. Arey, yaar, kya yaad dila diya? Prathamesh, a decade back, I remember it was second year of my college. How I lived those 7 months without Maggie. Don't dukti rakh pe haath mat rakho. Don't touch the paining vein. Huh? The taxes gained from it are used for the other developments. That's true. Yeah. Okay. Like recently, I guess in the month of April or May, probably in the month of May, Tamil Nadu government has, I mean, anyone here from Tamil Nadu? Tamil Nadu government has officially banned this egg mayonnaise. This May, I guess May or April, probably May, right? In Tamil Nadu, you cannot sell, purchase, or even consume that egg-based mayonnaise. Okay, right? Because of which we have got a disease known as salmonella. Okay, right? Okay. So all this is done through what? Article 47. Okay, all this is done through what? State to raise the level of nutrition and the standard of living. Okay, and to improve the public health as well. Article 47 is also being followed. Next, Article 48, Organization of Agriculture and Animal Husbandry. Now, I'll give you something very important. To all those people who says that why people are talking about cow slaughter, this and that, blah, blah things, it is mentioned in the Constitution. Okay, it is mentioned in the Constitution. Here it is. The state shall endeavor to organize agriculture and animal husbandry on modern and scientific lines and shall, in particular, also take steps for preserving and improving the breeds and prohibiting the slaughter of cows. It is mentioned inside the Constitution. Okay. Prevent the slaughter of cows and calves and also other milching animals. Right. So cow slaughter or even the calf slaughter is not correct. It is what even Constitution under Article 48 says. Okay. Directly, it is a constitutional thing. It might be agenda of some political parties. It might be agenda of some extremist or right-wing people. It might be the agenda of some left-wing people. It might be the agenda of anyone. But it is the agenda of the Constitution itself. Okay? That's it. This is Article 48. Next, we have got Article 48, capital A. What it says? Protection of environment. Okay, protection and improvement of environment and safeguarding of forests and wildlife. Okay. Dear Anisha, all milching animals. Okay, here. All milching animals are covered under this. Okay. And it's not an act, it's an article of the Constitution. Okay, it's not the act, remember. Next, Article 48, capital A. Mithun, I'm not so sure there, but I think it's milching animal. Okay. Mithun, if I'm not wrong, that bull one only, na? That bigger cow that we have, the bit enhanced version of cow, that was one only, na, Mithun? If I'm not wrong. Okay. See, that is why na Article 48 it is. Part of DPSPs. Voluntary in nature. Okay. What in nature? Voluntary in nature. If followed, well and good. If not followed, doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, Salman Khan case 48A. It is an ox. Okay. So Article 48, capital A, protection and improvement of environment and safeguarding of forests and wildlife. Are we doing this? Are we following 48, capital A? Yes, we are. Okay. Yes, Pratmesh, city can ban certain types of food. Next, Article 49. Protection of monuments and places and objects of national importance. All of those monuments which possess the national importance are part of heritage. Okay, it should be protected. So, are we protecting our national monuments, our heritage monuments, our historical places? Yes, we are. Totally, we are everywhere. Okay, so we are following Article 50 as well. Okay, Article 49. Next, Article 50. Are we doing this? We discussed checks and balance. Are we doing this? Separation of judiciary from executive is there? Yes. Okay. That's it. And the final, 51. Are we promoting international peace and security? Sorry. No offense, no joke. Are we promoting international peace and security? No, we are. Yes, we are. Okay. Well, you know why I'm laughing? I'm laughing on international peace and security, which is already the biggest joke. If someone asks you, na, give me the biggest joke of the millennium. Okay. International peace is the biggest joke. Anna, Syria, Libya, Iran, Iraq, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Lebanon, Israel, Palestine, the areas of Gaza, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Sudan, South Sudan, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Myanmar, crisis in Sri Lanka, right? Cambodia, Thailand. Okay, then it's not yet done. Okay, there are many Latin American countries like Cuba. Okay, many Southeast Asian nations countries. Like once again, there is a problem in Malaysia. Okay, China, Mongolia, India, Manipur, okay, India, okay, itself, Kashmir was the problem, okay, right? Balochistan is a problem, right? Then we have got problem in Ukraine, okay, Russia, Ukraine. We have got the problem with America versus Russia, America versus China, America versus North Korea versus rest of the world. North Korea is a pro-different player. You know, here countries are having tussles between themselves. America versus Russia, China, North Korea, like this. Russia versus Ukraine, okay. Israel versus Palestine and Lebanon and this and that. It's North Korea alone. With whom you are fighting? Everyone. And now, like, you know, North Korea on one side, rest of 205 countries on the other side. Okay. So international peace is itself the biggest joke. Okay. But yeah, we told people that you dare come into my territory and kill my people, then you better wait. Okay. Yeah, India versus USA, though this is not a physical war, this is a tariff war itself right now. We call it as trade wars, right? But yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting that how Indian government, this diplomacy is going to react on this so-called 50% tariffs imposed by the lunatic, senile personality known as Donald J. Trump. Okay, right? US is the biggest joke. It's not hypocrite. US is powerless totally. This UN, sorry. Why who is not reacting on it? Yeah, let's see. Right? So Article 51. Are we promoting international peace and security? Some countries deserve peace, PIECE. They don't deserve PEACE. Okay. We're not trying as much as Trump. Okay, well, wait. Let's hold on. Okay. Yes, we sent the largest amount of peacekeeping forces out of 21 peacekeeping missions of United Nations. Around 51, 51 peacekeeping missions were led by alone Indian forces. Okay. We share humanitarian relief. We have sent humanitarian relief always, whether it is the earthquake in Nepal, it's earthquake in Turkey, it's earthquake recently we have got it in Thailand, okay, or it is the war-ridden zones like Palestine. We have sided ourselves with Israel, but remember, we have always sent the humanitarian aid to Palestine. We have sided ourselves to Russia, but we have sent humanitarian aid to Ukraine. Yes, we have sent humanitarian aid to Myanmar as well. Okay, right? And all those people, those who are facing genocide and life threats in their own soil, what are those people doing? They're coming here from Rohingyas to Tibetans, many of them. Okay, right? From Sri Lankan Tamils, they have entered India through the all illegal means. Okay, we have got a lady who has attracted all the media's attention. Unfortunately, what's her name? Who crossed the border to come to India for her so-called PUBG wala boyfriend. I forgot the name. Right. So we have got people in India, those who are living illegally. Right. Okay. So this is it with regard to Sachin Meena. Who is he? Sachin. Acha, Sachin, the guy. Seema. Yeah, Seema Haider. Right. In a country of 1.45 billion, one idiot Pakistani woman seems to attract all the attention of media and the people. Right. Think of it. Okay, guys. All clear with DPSPs? Okay. So, which article was added through what? Thus, implementing these articles, which are based on state government, are particularly should follow any institution based of the state, sir? No, not exactly, Sandeep. Okay. So, amendments. 42nd Amendment Act added Article 39 capital A, Article 43 capital A, and Article 48 capital A. Okay. 86th Amendment Act, okay, altered bit of Article 45 and inserted Article 21 capital A in the fundamental rights. 97th Constitutional Amendment Act, okay, inserted Article 43 capital B. Okay, so guys, please have a look at this. Yes, Atul, that's a big problem. True. Okay, guys, please see this and let me know once you are done. Done, all of you? Yes, okay. So this is it with regard to the chapter of DPSPs. Okay. There are a few cases that we need to discuss. Okay. I'll give you the case references. Okay. If Tejaswa, government can track him easily. The people like them, they think that they are living here and government doesn't knows. You guys are going to join IB. Okay, don't worry. If he is here in India and driving a cab, okay, and that too since last 5 years. Which city are you talking about? If you can share the name of the city, if you want, okay. So still, don't worry. It's not like the agencies don't know about him. They do know. It's just about he might be an asset. Noida? Okay. Well, uh, Noida was once upon a time, the Greater Noida Cricket Stadium was once upon a time till 2022. Yeah, 2021 or 22. Was the home ground for the Afghanistani cricket team. Their home ground was Greater Noida Cricket Stadium. Okay, that you know that one near that Knowledge Park one. Okay, so Noida, it is having good amount of these type of Africans, okay, Afghanis living inside India. But yeah, don't worry, agencies are aware about them. It's just he might be an asset to the agency. He might be someone to whom agency needs, maybe not today, but after some time. Okay, so these are the people not to be worried about. You guys are going to be the ACIOs, right? And you will have to deal with these things quite soon, sooner and earlier, very soon. Okay. So if any person related to article raised against the state government that not implementing, then that government notices that or leave it. Well, government will notice it. Don't worry. Okay. You'll have to just approach properly to the judiciary. Government will notice it. Okay. So guys, I'm giving you some case references. Okay. No idea, dear Parul. And I will always say this thing. Don't go on the hereway thing. Okay, what the rumors into the market is. Okay. Well, honestly, at least after notification, uh, the organizations, those who are conducting the examination, they need at least 3 to 4 months of preparation, at least 3 months. So you can expect exam around 2.5 months later from here, around 15-20 days back, your notification came. So by mid-October, you can expect your examination. Expect. We don't know. Okay. If they are prepared, they might take exam within a month or a month or two as well. Okay. No one knows. Right? Okay. So don't go on any kind of rumors, on any kind of hearways. Just understand that examination can happen anytime soon. So be prepared. Okay. All set. So here I'm giving you some case references, guys. Please do read it, okay, as part of your homework. What you need to do is, okay, don't take much pain, don't take much trouble. I'll give you the very concrete thing here. Okay, we are in the modern age, so let's utilize the gifts of the modern ages. We have got this AI, right? What you need to do is, it will save your time, okay? Just go to AI, whatever you are using, this Perplexity, Grok, DeepSeek, ChatGPT, the Siri, or whatever you have. Okay. I guess this DeepSeek and ChatGPTs, they are most reliable ones. Okay. And ask them to provide you in detail information, yeah, story wise information, story format. Give the proper prompt. Story format information on the cases like, okay, A.K. Gopalan. Guys, please note down the name of the cases. A.K. Gopalan versus the state of Madras, 1950. We had this one, Berubari Union case. Okay. Then you can go ahead with Golaknath case. Keshwananda Bharti. Then go ahead with the Maneka Gandhi. Okay. Yeah, that will be all. There are many more, but that will be all for one day. Anisha, it could happen. Okay. Okay, guys. So Ekigopalan, 1950, Berubari Union, 1960, Golaknath case, 1967, Keshwananda Bharati, 1973, Maneka Gandhi, 1978. That's it. So just what you need is open up this chat GPT or Grok or DeepSeek, whatever. Just give the proper prompt. Okay, proper prompt like this, that give me like this. Give me story-based or story format of this case. Okay, whatever the case. Okay. Okay, guys, is it clear? The first case is related to Article 21 and Article 22. Okay. Pratmesh, I think you were asking this only. No, dear Tejasva, I think you are mistaken. Just read it once, okay, in this format, and we shall be discussing it. Okay, I want you guys to read these cases first on your own, okay, and then we shall be discussing them. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys, so let's have a short break of not more than 10 minutes. Okay. And after 10 minutes, after the break, we shall be discussing the powers of president, prime minister, governors of the states, chief ministers. What is this council of ministers? What is this cabinet ministers? Okay. Parliament can amend the fundamental rights. Yes, it can, but not the basic structure. Okay, there is something known as doctrine of basic structure. We'll discuss this once you guys are done with the reading. Okay, so guys, we are going for a break, and post break, we are going to discuss cabinet, council of ministers, president, prime minister, chief ministers, and governor. Okay. So it is exactly 7:37. We can resume the class by 7:50 maximum. Okay. Sir, if in my state is not providing endeavor to organic culture, then I can ask state government or should directly report to the central. Well, you cannot report anywhere as it is the part of DPSPs. If you want your state to follow it, then you can approach the judiciary. Again, you can file the public interest litigation, PIL. Okay. Okay, Sadvik? Yeah. Okay, guys, see you by 7:50 maximum. Okay. Okay, guys, welcome back. So let's start. Yeah. So next is the President of India. Okay. So along with the President is followed the chapter of Governor. Okay. As well as the Prime Minister, Council of Ministers, and Cabinet Ministers. Okay. So if you remember, we had this discussion, right? The de jure. Okay. The de jure. What is this? The nominal head. Okay. The nominal head. In India, it is what? It is the president. President is considered as what? As head of the state. Head of the state. Okay. And there shall be the President of India. Which article says this? Article 52. Okay. There shall be the President of India as per Article 52. Now, please remember these features. First of all, President of India is indirectly elected. Okay. How is President elected? Indirectly. Okay. Direct? No. It is the indirect elections by the members of parliament as well as the state legislative assemblies and some other people as well. Okay. So let's talk about the elections. Okay. The electoral college. You can write like this. You can prepare a chart. Those who vote. Okay. On one side, those who vote. Okay. Simply. And on the other side, those who don't vote. Okay. So the people voting as well as the people, those who can't vote. Don't vote as in can't vote. Okay. So starting with those who can vote. So they are elected members of Lok Sabha. Elected members of Rajya Sabha. Elected members of state legislative assemblies. Okay. Guys, this green color is visible, right? To me, it is visible. You guys, please tell me. This green color is visible, now? Yeah. Now, those who don't vote. Okay. Those who can't vote. Okay. Don't as in can't. Nominated members of Lok Sabha. Nominated members of Rajya Sabha. elected as well as nominated members of state legislative assemblies. Sorry. State, legislative councils. Please note down and let me know once you are done. Okay. So these are the people, those who will be participating in the voting. Okay, participated in the voting. These are the people, those who can't participate in the voting. Okay. Remember, not all, but only 7 states in India are there which have got bicameral legislation. Okay, bicameral legislation as in, like for example, we have got in Parliament. Okay, Parliament, there are 2 houses, right? Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. But in Vidhan Sabhas, that is in state parliaments, in state legislative assemblies we talk about, there is just one, that is known as a state legislative assembly. There are only 7 states. It is UP, Bihar, Karnataka, Andhra, Maharashtra, and Jammu and Kashmir. 6 states, okay, are only having the legislative councils. That is the bicameral legislation. Okay, not all the states. Right? So please keep this point. Keep this point always. State legislative councils, we call them as Vidhan Parishad. Okay, we call them as what? Vidhan Parishad. They do not have the right to vote, whether the members are elected or they are nominated. Doesn't make any difference. Elected ho ya nominated ho, they can't vote. Okay. So these are the people, those who can vote and can't vote. And how many states? Only 6 states in India, they have got the legislative councils. Rest all other states, okay, we have got what? The legislative assemblies only. Now, from where we have taken the impeachment procedure of the president, from which country's constitution we have taken the impeachment procedure of the president, how the president of India is impeached, that we are going to discuss. But from which country? It's America. Very good, Atul, Nivedita, very good. So from US, what is the article number? What is the article number? Impeachment of the president, what is the article number? Very good, 61. Okay, so article 61, what it says? Impeachment of the president. Okay, what it says? Impeachment of the president. Okay. How the president of India can be impeached? So president of India can be impeached. First of all, the grounds. Okay. So please put down this question like, what are the grounds of impeachment? What are the grounds of impeachment? Okay. So what is the answer? 1. Just one ground. That is violation of the Constitution. What are the grounds? Just one ground. Okay, on what ground? Violation of the Constitution. And now, if I put down the next question, okay, what is violation of Constitution? So what is the answer? It is not defined by the Constitution. What exactly is the meaning of violation of Constitution is not defined. That's it. Okay, let's go. The procedure. Okay, the impeachment procedure. Whenever the president has to be impeached, okay, whenever the president has to be impeached, what is the procedure to be followed? The motion to impeach the president can be initiated in either house of parliament. In either house of the parliament, as in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, wherever. Okay. Before the motion, or simply you can write the proposal to initiate the impeachment shall be supported by at least 1/4 of members. Okay, at least 1/4 of the members. Lagao zara CSAT, lagao zara maths. What will be the 1/4 of 545? Yeah. What will be 1/4 of 545? Fast. Fast. You guys need to be quick. Around 100. Okay. Sure. Okay, 136.25 something. Okay, 137. In round figure, you can call it as 137. Right? What is 1/4 of 250? This should be quick. This should be fast. Now, what is 1/4 of 250? 62. Okay. So, if it is being initiated, 62, 60, yeah, say 63. So, let's say if it is being initiated in Lok Sabha, then how many members? 137 members must sign the proposal to initiate. Sign what? Sign the proposal to initiate. Okay. If it is initiated in Rajya Sabha, then 62.5, then obviously 0.5 is not possible. So round figure will be 63. 63 members should sign the proposal to initiate. Okay. Right. Next. Once the proposal is accepted, then the motion must be passed by both the houses with special majority. Special majority as in 2/3 of the members present and voting. That's it. Then, once the motion has initiated, the president is given 14 days notice. Okay. Once the motion is initiated, president is given with 14 days notice. Okay. Please let me know once you're done with the noting. Done? Okay. Thus, the president has the right to defend herself or himself in the impeachment motion. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. What will be the answer? Absolutely yes. So note down the article numbers. Election and the manners. Election 54. Manner of election 55. Article numbers. Okay. Impeachment 61. That's it. So let's talk about now the powers of the president. Okay. The powers and functions of the President of India. Motion works there just like the bill. Okay. The bill is passed from both houses of the parliament now, and the very same way the motion works. The very same day when the motion is passed from both houses of the parliament with special majority, president is said to be impeached on the very same date. Okay. Present and voting, those who are present there. Okay, means all of 545 members may be not present. Okay, so let's say out of 545, only 500 are present. So out of those 500, at least 2/3 members that are present and should be voting. Okay, joint sitting can be done? No. Okay, guys, any other doubts? Come on fast. Give me the comment no doubts in case there are no doubts, so that I can start the next point. Okay. President can defend herself at Supreme Court or at the upper house, at the parliament. Okay, not the lower house, lower house or upper house, at the parliament itself. Okay, as vice president has been removed. No, vice president has resigned. Vice president has not been removed. Remember, Jagdeep Dhankar sir has resigned from his position. Remember, he has not been removed. He resigned by himself. Okay. Sir, one can be present and choose not to vote. Yes. There is no relation of legislative assembly in impeachment. No. Okay. President can defend himself by giving his clarification that I did this work or not. Okay, president has got the right to audience, that he can come in front of the people of parliament and can tell that no, your allegations on me is wrong. Okay, can provide the clarification. Okay, yeah, one thing before we start. Sorry, I missed it. Who can vote in presidential elections and who cannot? Okay, who can vote and who can't vote? Okay, so let's see. Please note down who can vote. Okay, if the president proves and defends himself, can he once again be impeached? Yes, on other grounds, not on the same grounds. Who can vote? Okay, first, elected members of Lok Sabha, elected members of Rajya Sabha, nominated members of Lok Sabha, nominated members of Rajya Sabha. Who can't vote? Elected members as well as nominated members of State Legislative Assembly and State Legislative Council. They both can't vote. Okay. Okay, guys, please note down this. Already done. Very good, Rishabh. Quite fast. Yeah, Shantanu, I'm waiting. Okay. So now the powers and the functions of president. So there are multiple types of functions and powers. Like president has got the military powers. Okay, legislative, executive, financial, diplomatic, and one more is left, military, legislative, judicial. Okay. Is it not about the election of president? MJ Sia. I didn't got that. It was about those who can vote in the impeachment of the president. Okay, you're talking about this one, right? These are the people, those who can vote in the impeachment. And previously we discussed those who can vote in the elections. Okay? This is about those who can vote in the impeachment. As you can see the difference. In the impeachment, elected as well as nominated members, they both vote. Right? But in the elections, only elected members, they do vote. Okay? Clear? Sia, MJ Sia. Is that clear? In the elections, the elected members of the legislative assemblies, they do vote. But in the impeachment, the elected members as well as nominated members of the legislative assemblies, they do not have any power to vote. Okay? Pardoning powers are included in this judicial powers. Okay. It is the subset of the judicial powers. Yeah. So let's start with the shorter ones. Okay. Let's say for this military powers. So president is considered as the supreme commander. The supreme commander of all of the armed forces. Okay. Then let's say diplomatic powers. Once again, a smaller one. All international treaties. All international treaties or agreements or pacts are signed in the name of the President of India. Okay. Emergency powers there, if you want, you can add it on another point, but technically they are covered under legislative and executive functions only, but it's okay. If you want to give a separate tag to it, you can give, not a big deal. Okay, like emergency powers. Okay, though it is covered under the legislative as well as executive only. So military powers, all the armed forces, all of them, Navy, Army, Air Force, BSF, CSF, CRPF, CISF, whatever. Okay. President is considered as the supreme commander of all of them. Okay. And then the diplomatic powers, all the international treaties, all of them, whatsoever. Okay. They are signed, whatever they are, treaties, agreements, pacts, whatever. Okay. They are signed in the name of the President of India. Okay. Now let's start. And executive. It is also simple, one line. Executive powers. All executive actions of the government of India are done in the name of President. Okay, guys, is this understood? This point, this page? Can we move ahead? Yeah? Can we move ahead? Yes? Okay. So here we go. Let's start with the legislative functions. Okay. Beginning with the legislative powers. Okay. A bill can be converted into an act only after the assent of the president. Assent as in signature. Okay. A bill becomes an act, that is basically a law, only after President of India has signed. Right? Next. When Parliament is not in session and there arrives a need of a law, need of any law, then under Article 123, President can issue ordinances. Okay, if Parliament is not in session and there arrives a need, okay, there arrives or arises a need, okay, of any law, then what will happen? President of India can issue ordinances under Article 123. Okay. Now, I'm giving you few questions for homework. Okay, please do your homework along with those case studies. Okay, in that area, just have to read the story. Don't worry about anything. Just read the story. Okay, and now I'm giving you few questions. Okay, please note down the question. First of all, define ordinance. Basically, you can call it as temporary law. Okay. Second, can ordinance get converted into a permanent law? And what is the procedure? To convert the ordinance into a permanent law. Please note down these three questions. Tejaswa, that's why emergency provisions have undergone huge changes after the 44th Constitutional Amendment Act. Okay. At that time, during 1975, as per the constitutional provisions, President could impose emergency on the advice of Prime Minister, the advice that is binding on Prime Minister, President. Okay. So after the 44th Constitutional Amendment Act, okay, this thing was changed, and President can impose emergency only after getting the written letter from the cabinet ministers. Okay, under Article 352. Impeachment is not suspension. Impeachment is removal. Okay. Okay, these questions are noted. Next, legislative functions. In case of a deadlock between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha regarding any bill, the President can call a joint sitting of both the houses that shall be presided over by the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha under Article 108. Okay, in case of a deadlock between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha regarding any bill, except, remember, exception. The bill should be not okay, not a money bill, and constitutional amendment bill. Okay, the bill should be not a money bill and a constitutional amendment bill. Noted, all of you? Fine. So these are what? The legislative powers. And in this legislative powers only, we have got a subheading that is known as veto powers. Okay, veto powers. So you can note down, the President of India has got 3 types of veto powers. Quiz. What are they? The pocket veto, suspensive veto, and absolute veto. But this absolute veto only in case of bills of state legislative assemblies. Okay. Now, what are these veto? How do I define this word veto power? Any idea, guys, who can explain me what is this veto power? Anyone? What is this veto power? Any idea? What is this veto power? How do I define the veto power? Special power. Not exactly. Veto power is a power related to giving the assent to a bill. Whether the bill will be converted to a law or not. That power is known as veto power. Okay. And remember, don't compare it with the veto power of international relations, that is veto that UNSC is having and so on. Okay. That veto is different. Okay. And this veto is different. Yes, Ashirwad, the statement you have given is the definition of the veto power of IR, international relations wala veto. Okay. This veto power is different. No, not mentioned. Please remember the word veto, veto powers, they are not mentioned in our constitution. Okay. President is stopping a decision with regard to the act. How money bill is considered as a money bill? If it deals with any kind of tax structure, okay, and finance of the nation, there are types of bills like money bill and finance bill. I'll give you notes for that, don't worry. Okay, I'll explain that as well. Okay, simply you can call money bill as the budget of the country under Article 110. That's it. Okay. Okay, guys, this is noted. Veto powers. We can proceed. Yeah. So the types of veto. Let's say the first one is pocket veto. Okay, the first one is what? Pocket veto. How do I define this pocket veto? Like, I took this marker and I kept it in my pocket. What is this explaining? Like, okay, this is my phone, okay, and I took this phone, okay, and I kept it in my pocket. What is this explaining? Any idea? See, this is a marker, okay, this is a phone. I just took it out. I just kept it in my phone, in my pocket. Okay, this is the marker. I just took it and I kept it in my pocket. What does this explains? Yes, it is, it's in my pocket now. Gone. What does this explains? Yeah, no action. Very good. As in, simply I have accepted it. Okay, yeah, it is mine. Okay, give it to me. But I'm taking no action. Okay, I'm taking literally no action. Neither I'm saying, yes, it's good. Okay, I'm passing it. Neither I'm saying, no, it's not good. I'm rejecting it. Okay, I've just taken it and kept. Yeah, now I'll see what I have to do. Okay, this is what pocket veto. So president can accept the bill. Okay, yeah, and can say nothing. Okay, can literally say nothing. That, okay, let me decide what to do, what not to do. I will tell. Okay, just like, I don't know about yours, but my father is the best example of pocket veto. Okay, best example. Since last 4 years, even more, yeah, almost 4 or 5 years, since this new car, this Thar version has been launched. So I'm asking my dad, Papa, Thar, dila do, please. Right? So Papa is like, okay, le lo. So my dad is like, okay. take it. So I was like, yeah. QR code, scan, Thar, right? Five, no, not that latest, that is different. Okay, yeah, 5 means whatever, Thar, okay. So I was like, yeah, give me money. So my dad be like, okay, on Diwali, Thar rocks, not that Thar rocks, Thar only. Okay, so my dad will like, take it on Diwali. Okay, no problem, I'm waiting for Diwali. So Diwali is here. Okay, dad, Thar. Son, wait. I've got few things to be covered. Holi, pakka, Holi. Okay, no problem. Holi, Diwali gone, Holi is here. So, Papa, Holi, Thar. Son, wait. Okay, on your birthday. Okay, my birthday comes in the month of May. On your birthday, I'll gift you this time. Okay, I'm waiting for my birthday. So, birthday came. Papa, birthday gift, Thar. On Diwali. Okay, repeat. Since 4 years, he hasn't denied. Never. Just he has took my application and is kept in the pocket. Whenever I go, Papa, what about Thar? Diwali, Holi, birthday, Diwali, Holi, birthday. This time he said New Year's. Okay. And now he has given me, now you are getting married. This year I am getting married. Okay. So I'll gift you. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, a loop. Right. So pocket veto, best example. Doing, neither he has rejected that, no, I'm not going to gift you the car. Okay, right? Yeah, R and Ravi case is kind of, you can relate it. Okay. Recently, Supreme Court effectively nulled pocket veto just in case of governor's assent. Just in case of governor's transferable veto has been used. In that case only, president will have to give the assent in 90 days. Okay. So next, what we have got, suspensive veto. The most humiliating one, I believe, always. Okay, after this pocket veto. Next, what we have got, suspensive veto. Here what happens, let's say, Parliament passes a bill and sends it to President for assent. The President returns the bill marking some changes or corrections. Once the bill is received by Parliament, it may or may not consider the changes and could send the bill back to the President. And on second time, President has no option but to sign the bill. Okay. What is suspensive veto? Parliament passes a bill, sends it to the President. President reads the bill and finds some mistake or some changes, okay, in the bill. So President might recommend some changes or some corrections in the bill, and with the corrections can send it to the Parliament. Parliament, if they consider the changes or corrections, fine. No worries. But let's say Parliament doesn't even opens the file. Okay? The file is returned back to the President as it came back to the Parliament. Okay? So parliamentarians may not even open the file to see what are the changes or not. What are the recommendations? Okay? Why President has recommended. Doesn't matter. Even Parliament, if don't even sees the recommendation and sends the bill back to the President, then on second time, President will have to sign the bill. Okay? That is what is known as suspensive veto. Simply, President can send the bill back to the Parliament for correction. How many times? Just once. That's it. No, just one. Just once. Okay? Well, pocket veto is there, but pocket veto is also not like you can keep it for years and years. Okay, pocket veto is also once you will have to provide the answer, na, that for how long you are going to keep it with you. Yeah, second time President can use pocket veto. And remember, finally, the absolute veto. Okay. President cannot reject the bill passed by Parliament. President can only reject those bills which are transferred to her by the governors of the states from the state legislative assemblies. Okay. So remember, President cannot reject the bill passed by Parliament, can only use suspensive veto or pocket veto. Okay. All right, everyone. No, Tejas, not directly. We have derived them. Not directly from any article. Okay, so guys, we are left with the discussion of a couple of more things like in the powers. Like we are done with the legislative powers, okay, executive, and we are left with the discussion of financial powers, judicial powers, and the emergency powers. Okay, we shall be discussing them tomorrow along with the other chapters like cabinet and council. Okay. Any questions, guys, for today? Before I wind up the session for the day, any questions for today? No? Everyone? All clear? Okay, perfect. Okay, guys, good night then. See you tomorrow, sharp 6 p.m. Okay? Keep studying well. I have one. Okay, yes, Ashirwad. I have got a doubt. Yes, Ashirwad, go ahead. Tejas will get the other PDFs as well. Easiest way to revise articles. Read them twice or thrice. Okay? Every day for at least a week. That's the easiest way. There is no shortcut to success. Sorry to say that, but that's the reality. Okay. Sir, but Gorka is best option than her. What Gorka, Prathamesh? Tricks for few. Tricks for few. There is nothing as such tricks I do know. Okay, but yeah, you can just go ahead and memorize them all. Okay, my Telegram channel is Praveen, Praven _ study IQ. Okay. Ford Gurkha. What is Ford Gurkha? I don't know. Okay, thank you guys. Good night. See you tomorrow.